Now, this is dated by Commissioner Casale, July 30, 2010. Just a few days later, on August 3rd, 2010, I've also put this on my website, Commissioner Clinton states in this New York Post article, Commissioner Val's Reviews, it's called, if somebody didn't get a disability pension who thought they should get a disability pension, we would bring them back and let them run through the board to see if they deserve it. The mayor's office responded to the postal inquiries, agreed to undertake a review of the red flag disability cases. The mayor's office also agreed. I was red flagged in the computer by Marlene Gold of the fire department. Now where does Madga Deconinck work? I was red flagged not only by Madga Deconinck, but I was red flagged in the fire department. Let me correct this. I was red flagged in the fire department by Marlene Gold of the New York City Fire Department Board of Trustees, where Madga Deconinck and Mary Sullivan were involved. This is a letter from past former Deputy Commissioner Marlene Gold, dated November 1st, 2005. When I had spoke to her over the phone, she's in charge of the Board of Trustees, second in command of the fire department. She used to work there after Commissioner Clinton. She stated, Michael, I read all your evidence. She says, Michael, sometimes when a wrongdoing is done, it can't be corrected. Can you imagine that? There's many, many, many letters from the attorneys over the years. Matter of fact, all these letters to all the politicians from the city of New York and from the fire commissioner's office. No one will answer to my causation. Just recently I spoke with an attorney who I talk with that handles federal RICO cases. He said to me, Michael, he says, after speaking with him for an hour on the phone, he says, I need to look at your evidence. He says, this sounds to me like a civil RICO case. Bob Hannigan had mentioned that to me years back. My case was a RICO statute, under the RICO statute. My case involves fixing pensions. Mary Sullivan and Marlene Gold had been fixing pensions for years. When I was retiring in 2002, Rosemary Carroll called me up and told me there was a new article that just came out. It was called the 5-for-1 deal involving Marlene Gold, where she wanted a high-ranking officer to get his pension that worked out of headquarters. And in exchange, 5 firemen got their disability pensions. I'm not saying this high-ranking officer didn't deserve his pension. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that during the time Mary Sullivan, Marlene Gold, and Madga Deconinck were working in the pension system, that it was like candy in a candy store, the way they ran it. Like kids going to a candy store and getting what they want or not getting what they want. Marlene Gold now works for Department of Labor. That's the same place Rosemary Carroll asked for the investigation years back, the Department of Labor, for my investigation. I wanted to have the FBI investigators subpoenaed so they can tell just who dropped the ball involving the U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn, Razo Moskow's office. I understand that a U.S. attorney does not want to make another prosecutor look bad, and if the U.S. Attorney's Office prosecuted the individuals in my case, it would make Charlie Hines' office, the Brooklyn DA, look even worse. I only seen this happen once that I can recall were a couple of college kids that were accused of rape when they were innocent. I believe it may have been Duke University, the lacrosse players. It took a lot of media attention to finally get a prosecutor to go after another prosecutor. In my case, I'm sure the FBI found fraud. FBI Bob Hennigan admitted to it. Rosa Moskoff was in line to become a federal judge in Brooklyn. She wasn't going to prosecute my case, even with the FBI's evidence. When I had asked my attorney after my fraud case before Judge Nicholas Clementi what had happened involving his decision, my attorney told me Clementi couldn't find fraud because it would make Charlie Hines' office look bad because he didn't prosecute. Clementi wrote a book after he retired called The Broken Gavel. Well, the gavel was definitely broken when he was handling my case and writing his decision involving my case. 9 months ago, I requested my records from the FBI investigation. I should be receiving them any day now. There were 559 pages of writings of the FBI involved in their investigation in my case. These are 4 letters I received from the U.S. Justice Department confirming the pages they found involving my investigation. I'm still waiting for these papers. The letter I wrote to Chairman Towns, his committee is the only committee that has subpoena power, I believe I said this, to subpoena the FBI agents to find out exactly what went on in my case, who dropped the ball. With the hundreds of documents I sent to him, again, like I said, I never heard a reply back from him as of yet, and this was July 5th, 2010. That was when the Democrats were in control of the House. I ask again, Mayor Bloomberg and Fire Commissioner Cassano, reopen my disability case and answer to my causation. I'm again waiting 21 years for the fire department to answer to their own laws. The Supreme Court answered the causation of my line of duty injury, and that was with half the documents missing. Why don't you, Commissioner Cassano, answer to my causation? I only ask, if you do reopen up my pension case, that you give my pension as a line of duty death pension, because my retirement was a death sentence and nothing less than a lynching. As far as I'm concerned, and what I've been put through, it's taken many years off my life. I've had heart trouble and still do due to stress. And I'm on many medications as of now because of the pain and the stress, and that I've had to live like this all these years, as well as my family, who also suffered seeing their dad deteriorate over these many years. I stopped taking my heart medications years ago because of the side effects, but I still get palpitations every day. All I think about 24 hours a day is hoping that the fire department will give me my pension. I'm consumed with this case. I feel like I'm living in a time capsule for the last 21 years. Because I can't believe that no one will help me. Commissioner, I don't know what you were told about me, but I was a fireman 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I carried a radio in my car and my house, and I would go to countless number of fires off duty to help people and help the fire department with whatever I could do. I loved the job, and I still wish I could be a fireman, even after what had happened to me. Helping people is something I always wanted to do. Put my case to an end, I ask you. Reopen it, like you stated in the Post article, just a few days after I talked to you on your front steps at your house. You stated to me 3 times that you don't know how one fireman's case could be so political. Well, the answer is because Marlene Gold is very political. She works for the mayor's office. She works with the commissioner's office. She deals with labor relations for collective bargaining agreements. So she has to deal with your office also when it comes to labor disputes, firefighter salaries. And she's a very powerful woman, as you know. My pension is only $22,000 that I'm living on all these years, compared to a $33,000 pension that I should be getting. Let's forget about Marlene Gold, who works for Mayor Bloomberg, and help me and my family. Thank you.